It surprises me how often people are uncomfortable with themselves. They can't be alone. They can't sit with themselves. They just need distractions. They need the television or some sort of sound on at all times. They need a person there. They always need something to make them feel safe because they don't feel safe with themselves. And that is something we all should work on, because this is the only thing we came into in this planet. This is our vessel. This is the only thing. Everything else is secondary. Like, we should be able to be comfortable within our own body, within our own selves. Like, for me, I love to travel by myself. I love to be by myself. I love to live by myself, and I just really find it to be therapeutic in a lot of ways. But I love people too, and I love being around people. But I think it's really important for, the sun's getting right in my face. I think it's really important for us to really be with ourselves, whether it's meditation or looking in the mirror or, just talking to ourselves and being real with ourselves and going inward and really navigating this inner person and really knowing, who are we? What is our likes? What is our dislikes? A lot of my clients don't always know what their likes and their dislikes are. And so it's like, take time to be with yourself and sit with yourself. And, another thing that I think is an unpopular opinion is that I think it's really important for us to not just sit and love ourselves, but to allow ourselves the opportunity to hate ourselves. Yeah, that's what I said. Hate ourselves, okay? I personally feel it's very important to see the whole picture of who we are, to be with our light and our dark, to recognize the shadow, okay? When I go through my funks or my depression, or when I go through bouts of mistakes or errors, or reflecting on my life of the mistakes or the choices that I've made, and I don't brush it under the rug. Oh, it's fine, I'll learn better next time. Like, I fucking hate when people do that. When people say, it's fine, just love yourself. Like, fuck that. Fuck you for saying that. No, I'm gonna sit with myself and give myself a punishment, okay? I'm gonna look myself in the eye and I'm gonna fucking give myself a spanking. Like, I'm not gonna just bypass that. I'm not gonna find a friend to go suck on their tit and just everything's fine, thanks for nurturing me. No, we need to be with ourselves, our whole self. People are so afraid to look at themselves, and it's like, no, go there. That's what we're here for. Go there. Because this human experience is just from this dimension. It's our soul that gets to travel with us throughout this whole existence of wherever we go after this and before this. We're always going to be with that. So be with that. Let that be here and let it learn what it needs to learn here. Why am I going to ignore that? Be in the whole experience. Be with your loving self. Be with this stuff that you hate. All the characteristics that you don't like about yourself, view them, examine them, figure out why they're coming up. Where did it come from? What's the pattern? Why is it still here? Why haven't I changed it? And how can I change it? So it's not going to change unless you sit with yourself. And in addition to all of this, the more that you get to know yourself, the more that you know who you are, the more that you hate those things about you, and you sit with them and you cry with them and you yell at them and you just battle yourself with them, then you change and you evolve, you shed and you birth, and you fall so much more deeply in love with yourself afterwards. You really get to appreciate yourself on a new level of fuck, I'm so glad I did that. I'm so glad I'm such a warrior that I went through that with myself. And now I really love myself, and I can really move forward in a new way of really being in a new light. And when you're vibrating at that new frequency, you magnetize more of what you really want, because you sat with yourself and you learned what that was. There's no question. There's no under the rug and just going through life. There's a shedding and a recalibration, this is what I want, and then it comes. You see what I'm saying? We don't want to bypass the hard work, because we're not going to get what we really want if we do that. We don't want to bypass anything that's going to keep us from what we really want in our life and our highest potentials. If we're going to go forward, we need to do the hard work. And that means being with ourselves, looking in the mirror, being real and raw with everything that we love and we don't love about ourselves. So yeah, be with the whole thing. Be with the hate, be with the love, and see what happens and what unfolds as you birth into that new you, that you birth into these new stages of your development of this thing. When people say that they don't like themselves, or, you know, they just put themselves down, I'm like, why are you doing that to yourself? Like, you get to create this. Why are you not creating a masterpiece? You are a masterpiece. Like, you are the artist that gets to transform and mold into what you really want. It's just a matter of taking that time to really see all the different pieces and then create that art piece, right? So just be with yourself and do that for yourself. Do that not only for yourself, but for everyone else who gets to experience that masterpiece, right? It's just, yeah, fuck.